Good morning to all of you. It's very difficult to be the opening batsman. The ball is swinging, the air is very difficult to play, but opening batsman can also make a difference to the team. So I start on behalf of Anand Group. A very brief introduction. Anand Group is an automotive component group. We have 15 joint ventures with all part of the world, from US, Europe, Japan, Korea. We virtually make all parts of automotive component in all segments. We have a turnover of about $1 billion, that is 6,000 crores, and we have 50 factories across the country. Right now, as all of you know, our country is going through a very severe market coming down. And for most of us who are in automotive business, it is a big threat. But every threat is an opportunity, provided you are ready with the tools which can help you in difficult times. So we are converting this situation to reverse it on its head, and that is to focus on exports and ensure that there is a natural hedge, because some items needs to be imported, and therefore we are making a very sincere effort. And this whole effort of last 4 years, which we have done to develop our vendors and upgrade our own plants, which I'll be taking you through, makes a huge difference in making us ready to export to developed market on items which are of very high quality level. One of the key part of our VSME journey is involvement of the complete organization. As I mentioned, we have 18 companies, 15 joint ventures, and more than 13,000 people across all the companies. Now this VSME cannot be successful unless the top management of the company is completely involved. So VSME journey, which we started 4 years back, is led by our chairman, Mr. Deep Anand, and in a symbolic way, he ensures that every year the graduation ceremony, which has about 100 people, every year we have taken about 25 to 50 suppliers. They are hosted at his residence. Now this is symbolic but very powerful to show the commitment of the owner of all these joint ventures. Mr. C.S. Patel, he was CEO of Anand Group for more than 20 years. Now he is member of our supervisory board, and he spends his complete time in helping this whole drive across all the group. Of course, I am there and I spend a considerable amount of my time and my team. We have also contributed to a new institute which we are in process of establishing to help this 1000 SME program, and we have deputed Mr. Ratnam, who is the president and who has been leading this drive. He will be working full time on this Sahastra, that is 1000 SME Institute, and he will have 2 people helping him, and one of them is from Opportunity B, from this whole drive. For VSME side, we have again another very senior person who is Senior Vice President. He works full time for VSME across the company, and he has a 7-member team. Why I'm taking more time on this first slide? Because to me this is the core. That you cannot implement VSME as a ritualistic compliance. You cannot implement VSME by just listening to what Japanese professor have to say. You have to imbibe it, and it has to start right from the top. That's why I'm taking a little more time on this. VLFM Opportunity A, which is a 1-year program. In last 4 years, we have trained 54 people in VLFM program, And these people are the top people of Anand Group. These are the people who are managing directors. These are the people who are the CEO of the companies. They have spent 1 year learning this program, going through like any other participant. And those are the things which is helping us today in a difficult time. We have also employed 5 people from VLFM Opportunity B, a program which is run by IIM Calcutta and IIT Madras. This gives each company, the VSME program is led by the managing director or the CEO, because this program is very clear that unless there is an involvement from the top of the organization, this program will not be effective. And then we have in each plant, the plant champion, VSME lead. These are the full-time resources which we have deployed to this. In 10 plants, we have 35 managers. These will be engineers with 10 to 15 years experience working full-time on this activity. And we have another 42 full-time engineers. These will be graduate engineers from best colleges. So this shows the amount of effort which we have put in. On the review side, as I just mentioned, Mr. Anand himself leads the graduate convention. Then we have a supervisory board for all the companies. Every quarter it is reviewed. Just on 21st of June in London review, this was another major activity, and our board appreciated that this is what is helping us, that even in a situation where business is down, we are targeting to double our profit in this year. Now this was possible because we have a supply chain which is quite effective. And then at the company level, there is a monthly review. So this was the starting point, what we have done as a group. And now you can see in the subsequent slides, which I'll go through very quickly, which shows the pudding. Because in business, nothing comes free. No one is going to deploy these 50 managers, the managing director, if at the end of the day, the business results are not obtained. So from the beginning, we have ensured, and people who have gone through this VSME journey, that when we are working with our own plants, which we call T1, we started in 2010 with 5 plants. Currently, we have covered 18 plants, which will cover 90% of our sales. And in 2014, that is next year, we'll be covering the plants in South Belt also, which will take it to 23. And out of the 1,000 VSMEs, we plan to contribute 235 as Anand Group. We have already have 180 covered. So we see now it's snowball, because now we have success stories which I'll share with you. So now we don't have to persuade our suppliers. They see what is the benefit. They see benefit for their own business. And even our own people feel very satisfied. This shows the tier 1. These are our plants which are in business. Our business between 2010 to 2013 has grown from 3,600 crores to about 5,000 crores, which is a 37% growth. Our cost of poor quality, which is one of the major deliverables by this program, has come down by 23%. That means 130 million rupees, 13 crore of rupees, is direct contribution to the bottom line. If the scrap comes down, it straight away goes to bottom line. And of course, our efficiency has gone up from 62% to 79%. And we have ensured that in last 3 years, the number of direct employees growth is much, much lower than our business growth, which shows that 27% out of 37% growth has been covered by productivity improvement through this whole program. Very interesting part of this whole program is it puts the conventional logic on its head. I have been working for last 40 years, and for 36 years I was taught inventory is a bad place, have zero inventory, etc., etc., etc. But in this program we learned that inventory is a byproduct. Inventory will go up if your processes are not robust. So we said, okay, we'll not worry about inventory, we will ensure that our manufacturing process is robust. So Haijunka, which is one of the major tools, teaches that once you decide the manufacturing plan, you stay with it. Yes, market will go down, market will fluctuate, customers will change, all that will happen. And I'm saying after 4 years, in the beginning, we were not convinced. But after 4 years, we have realized that the moment you fix as a tier 1, your manufacturing schedule, huge advantage over tier 2, tier 3 suppliers. And many of you who may have turnover of 50 crores, 100 crores, you know if your customer orders is changing every hour, how much trouble it creates in supply chain. So what we realized, the moment we gave a delivery window to each supplier with a fixed time and a fixed quantity, the whole supply chain changed like a magic. And I am not saying to impress you, I am sharing what is our personal experience. So therefore, the amount of time we were spending in trying, and to our surprise, we thought our tier 2 and tier 3, who are not, out of the 180, many companies' turnover will be less than 5 crores a year. But the moment we give them a fixed window and a fixed quantity to supply, more than 98% compliance is there. And we have instructed our plants, irrespective of what changes takes place in your schedule from your customer, you contact. And also we found at the end of the day that in company inventories came down. Our worry was that when customer schedules will change, we'll end up with product. But in real life, what happened? This is a real life experience that our inventories came down, not went up. So we have, we also said just like taste of pudding is in its eating. So if we keep talking of VSME program and XYZ, but our vendor's business is not growing, so he's not worried, he is not bothered. He needs to have more business. So we have a business strategy. Our business has grown by 37%, but our VSME suppliers business has grown by 100%. So we have made it a process in the company that our VSME suppliers who have graduated, who have made improvements, they will have the first preference in terms of if everything else is equal, a VSME supplier will get the preference. So you can see, all improvements at our vendors are more than what our tier 1 has achieved. Quality PPM we can see has come down to half, and direct online parts. Now this is a very major gain which we have made through VSME program, that we don't have to inspect. So people who are in manufacturing sector will know how much trouble it is that to get parts and inspect, some parts gets rejected. So now we have 8 times the parts in 3 years. And you believe me, this 2010 is after 50 years being in business. We started in 1960. So after 50 years what we had achieved, we could go 8 times in last 3 years. And we are planning that by 2015, we will have 100% direct online. That means our suppliers will be able to supply parts just like our parts. OEMs don't check, their parts will not be checking. Now I'll quickly go over, because I think I've consumed my time. These are some of our before and after. Tier 1, this is Mahle, one of our German joint venture, where we made both the lines to come together. WIP came down, and as we can see, there's a manpower reduction of more than 12 people on this line itself. This is Gabriel, which is our flagship company, more than 1,000 crore turnover. This is a factory in Parvanu. You can see before and you can see after how the WIP was reduced and how much space saving and lead time, which is very important in response, came down from 5 to 1 days. This is our another improvement we have done in case of Parvanu, where you can see we have created a space and we are very fond of keeping those space empty so that in future growth those space can be used. This gives Victor Pune. Now this is our classic success story. This was a company whose turnover was only 50 crores. The joint venture had got finished and we thought this company has no future. After 4 years of very sincere implementation of VSME activities, this company is our top performing company. This has the maximum profitability. They have developed a lot of OEM parts, and we feel very proud when we go to this factory, because even if you ask an operator in our company, all operators are diploma engineers. So we have 6,000 of them across all the companies. You ask any operator, he will be able to tell you what is his role in the complete VSME activity. We have Bayer, which is our German joint venture, where we have created additional revenue. Now, this is very important. Space in India is a very, very big, expensive area. So we could save a lot of space, and we could generate a situation where 319 million rupees, 31 crores worth of extra sale could happen from the same activity. Now, the reason these slides look little busy is to demonstrate that Rome was not built in one day. This whole activity is not a quick fix thing. It is a long-term investment. It requires commitment, and then results will come after 2-3 years of hard work. So the companies which are looking to immediately change their market share, immediately do something, this program is not meant for them. This is again Mahle, Pune, where we could bring down the inventory from 70 million to 35 million. Now, as I said, conventionally we thought if we apply Hijunka, where production plan is fixed, the inventories will go up. To our very pleasant surprise, we saw the inventory came down, and delivery window adherence is more than 95%. Now, this is a company which is again 50-year-old. We had huge supply chain issues. Perfect Circle, which is our company in Nasik, we could ensure that lead time comes from 12 to 18 days. And this is a company which is aftermarket oriented, and we could ensure that from 92% we could move to 100%. Now, this 8% make a big difference to that company, and from a break-even stage, it went to profit. This is our Bayer Pune, where productivity improvements, downtime reduction, how the cycle time was reduced from to 10 seconds, saving of 2.5 million rupees per annum. This is again Mahle, Pune, where cycle time is reduced by more than 70%. Now I come to our tier 2. Kavach is a Gabriel, Pune. As you can see, business has grown 24 times. Now, these are things which we feel very proud, that we could develop suppliers who went through with this journey, and today they are reaping the benefit. You can see the people. You could see Professor Furuhashi, we could see one of our top general manager, and who are helping these suppliers. Cbros, which is a supplier for Bayer Pune, you can see again what we could do with our companies, T1. These are also we are able to duplicate, in with our vendors. Our original worry was that probably vendors will not have the same intellectual capital as our own companies. But we found that they were able to implement some of the ideas much better than us, because for them it is very important, because most of these companies are entrepreneur run. These are the companies where money goes straight to the pocket of entrepreneurs. So we found that implementation was much better. This is Pratik, which is there you could see the number of people, how open space came up. This is where the scrap ppm came down from 1600 to 150. This is precision pressing. Now, this is a very interesting company, and this is what shows how Indian innovativeness with Japanese discipline could be a lethal mix. Now, this is a company in Jodali. It is in middle of nowhere. It is between Pune and Bangalore. No factory in and around, single factory. But this supplier brought this VSME, and he ensured that the women employees of close by were specifically trained, and owner himself acted as a role model, going to the extent of cleaning the toilet himself. And today, that company, as you can see, quality improvements, ppm reduction, and he is one of our best suppliers, and we feel very proud of him. Again, as I said, taste of pudding is in its eating. So recently, in FICCI Awards, out of 10 awards which they gave for quality, more than 5 was won by Anand companies, which were going through the VSME journey. We won 2 platinum awards in all the companies which got covered. Moving forward, as I mentioned, it is a great opportunity for us to contribute what we have gained. Because this is what we have learned from Japanese colleagues, that we should not be selfish. We should not be that we take all the benefits, but we must share the benefit. And that is why we want to help our industry in a small way by taking from 250 to 1,000. Small M to big M, that means only instead of having manufacturing focus, to have focus on complete business, reaching to the bottom of the pyramid, and of course creating new mindset, which Professor Suji Shiba has been teaching us. So thank you very much. I hope I have not bored you. I saw some people yawning, so I hope I had not bored and I had done a good job. Thank you very much.